All right, we're back. More Pauper Cube. What do we want from here? I'm like continuously baffled, but also amused that this card is in the cube because it's like it's colorless 1/4 vigilance, which is like those are the stats that you need a lot of the times, but it's just so underwhelming to look at. But I would put this in probably many decks because it is good, but it's funny that this is in a cube and playable. That's all. I'm looking at Fire Blast. 0 mana for 4 damage is hard to beat. I think, again, red is very good in this cube, and this card is very, very good. If it wasn't Fire Blast, I like Lifecraft Cavalry. This card can get absolutely massive, and Callous Dismissal is also quite good, but this card is significantly better than the rest, you might say. Ooh, actually, so I'm taking Lightning Bolt because, you know, it's pretty obvious why. But Imperiosaur is a card that I'm actually pretty impressed with. 4 mana for 5/5 is like a good rate in standard sometimes. So the fact that this is a pauper card is kind of awesome. Capsize is really great for the late game. Knight's Whisper, Branching Bolt also is very high up on my evaluation, but Hard Blast into Lightning Bolt into third pick Plated Geopede. This card is the nuts, man. 2 mana for 1/1 that hits for 3 damage for at least the first couple turns. It's not the best top deck, but if you play this on turn 2, it's going to get in for quite a bit of damage. There is quite a bit of blue floating around, so we'll keep that in mind, but right now I'm not too mad about where our colors are going. I like Heartfire and Searing Spear. So this is sacrifice a creature to do 4. I think that has a decent chance of coming around, so we're just going to take Searing Spear and then hopefully get this card. Is that correct? Because there is some downside to this. If you don't have a creature in play, it doesn't do anything. And Sandspincher is okay, but it's not the best. I'm going to take the Spear. It's 2 mana and doesn't really have any requirements. Prismatic Strands, that's a very, very good card. So what are we seeing here? I'm seeing a decent amount of chunky green. I don't really want Trumpet Blast, Dragonheart, or Double Cleave. I think straight up burn is probably quite a bit better than tokens because it's so hard to interact with, but I don't want these. I can take Miscalc and try and go counter burn if blue continues being open, or I could take something like Trumpeting Herd and go blue-green burn where you have like burn spells and then just like green fatties. I feel like blue-green is a little bit better. I'm gonna take Miscalc. I don't know, that could be completely wrong, but it's what I did. So we can take Fairy Duelist, I guess. Flare Husk is also something to keep in mind, but I do like blue-red. I mean, those are 2 colors I'm very excited about. I don't like Burning True Vandal. Actually, that does let you loot away lands. So this is the safest pick, but it is a 3 mana. I think we're going to get enough playable, so I'll just take the Duelist. This will be good if we end up specifically blue-red. It's a pretty late Aven Eternal, but Raging Crunch also hits pretty hard. Skirk Marauder I like too. I mean, it's a 2 mana play or a 3 mana like morph that can kill something, but Aven Eternal, that is pretty late. There's also Werebear and some other things, but this card's actually really, really solid. So this might be a little bit too over-eager to go into blue-red, but it's mostly the fact that I haven't drafted this archetype yet. I've drafted mono-red like, I don't know, twice, depending on when I upload this. You might have seen more than twice. So just trying to mix it up a bit. Probably staying mono-red is better, but variety helps keep you sane. Got Brazen Wolves, Reckless Charge. I'm gonna go with the Wolves. Seems better in a counterburn type deck where you're basically keeping the board clear so that your attackers can keep getting in. Yo, why he's still in the pack though? Oh no. I'm not taking Burnbright or Scourge Devil. I just don't want to draft tokens. Guess I take Lifecraft Cavalry in case I do end up going those colors. Ooh, Skullcleaver or Swiftwater Cliffs. Oh boy, that's also kind of a late boomerang. So Swiftwater Cliffs is like the perfect dual land for our mana, but Skullcleaver, actually he's kind of replaceable. I'll take Cliffs. The life gain is nice. Ooh, 2 mana 2/1 flying or Lonely Standbar. I'm actually not sure. I think I want to cut blue aggro, and this card is pretty good for blue aggro. Not gonna play any of these, so I'll take. I actually want to pass Walker of the Grove. Yeah, I want to make sure I get these cards. I don't know. The cycling land was pretty good. That's pretty late Bailoff Gorger. Again, I just don't want to play tokens, so I'm hoping someone else is in like red-green tokens. They take all the token cards, and I get the burn. Someone did take Heartfire, so that's something to keep in mind. Like Flare Husk. Seeing... Okay, well. Red is open. Blue still might not be open, so we could end up red-white. That was a pretty late Loyal Pegasus. We'll see what this pack has. Shard Volley? Man, Boneclad Necromancer is so good. It's like Grave Titan. Shard Volley is good. This is a 3-mana 2/2 that pumps the thing, gives it haste. Illumination is also kind of awesome. I might actually just take that. You know, you like pass turn, holding up counter spells, burn, and card draw. Illumination to draw a Shard Volley. I can get behind that. Or I just take Shard Volley, but sacking a land is not the best. I'm gonna take the Illumination, try and wheel Shard Volley. We'll see how this goes. I might be playing this. I'm going to put it over here for now, though. Makeshift Mauler. 4 mana, 4/5. That is absolutely enormous. Kite. As long as you draw on 2 or more cards, it's for 3. I mean, that's pretty strong. Actually, that's probably going to come around, so maybe I don't take it over Beetleback. This card's also very hard to kill. Skyscanner is kind of sweet, too. What do I want? I mean, this card is absolutely huge. But you have to have something die, which isn't that hard. I'm honestly leaning towards this dude, just like a body. But I think I'm going to take the Stormbound Geist and try and wheel Kite. Although double blue is hard. I don't know. I think it's between these two. And I'm not sure which is better. But I think I'm going to take Sky Scanner, because anyone can take that, whereas Stormbound Geist only goes in like blue deck. So I'm either going to wheel the Stormbound Geist or one of the other blue cards in the pack. Errant Ephemeron is great here. Forked Bolt is also really, really good. Fortunately, like frequently you just kill 2 things for 1 mana. But I think Ephemeron is a little bit too good to pass up. Really helps with the tempo play, because you like suspend this on turn 2 and suddenly you're hitting for 4 damage in the air. I like Eldrazi's Sky Spawner. I also like Goblin Heel Cutter. I'm leaning towards the Sky Spawner though. I'm just going to take this. 3 mana 2/1 flyer is already like pretty good, and then it makes a 1/1. It's basically like Aven Eternal, right? Except this is a 2/2, which is quite a bit better. But basically it's a creature that, like, if you're playing the flying tempo game, you want to make flyers and hit in the air. But usually the problem with that strategy is you then have your opponent attacking you on the ground. So being able to present a clock in the air while having ground blockers is really valuable. Oh man, and then they give us a Shaper Parasite? Okay. This card's awesome. I didn't evaluate it good enough, I think, in my first couple drafts, but I didn't realize the morph cost is 3. So like this, it kills a thing for pretty cheap. It's also a 2/3, which is a pretty relevant like toughness value. Omen of the Sea, Vexing Goal would both be pretty nice. This card's also really, really good, but Shaper Parasite is the card for us. Oh, interesting. So we could take a Viashino Pyromancer, or we could take a Cloaked Siren. 4 mana 3/2 flash flying is pretty nice. But 2 mana 2/1 do damage to them is also pretty good. What do I do here? Kind of leaning towards the flyer. It's easy to kill, but it is huge. Yeah, I'll take the flyer. Ooh, Spined Thopter. This is another 2 mana 2/1. Watcher in the Mist is good, but you don't want that many 5 mana plays. Let's take this guy. Put him over at the 2 mana slot. Ooh, Frostburn Weird. That is like the perfect card. It hits hard, it also blocks well. I like Flurry too, but this is the perfect card. Shard Volley came around, as expected. Perfect pickup for us. So yeah, our archetype is open. Kite is actually pretty sweet if we can get more card draw. That's kind of why I took Sky Scanner. Like, turn 2 Kite into turn 3 Sky Scanner is a really, really sick curve. This deck is looking pretty nice. We even got a Prophetic Prism. Goes well with the Kite. I need to actually start making cuts. I kind of like Flare Husk. Brazen Wolves is probably not good enough. I like the Geopede. I mean, it's possible we cut red, but I mean, our red cards are just all good, so that's hard to justify. Transmutation, it's better than the rest, but I don't think I'm playing it. I want some like bounce effects, like Mana War, the bird that bounces stuff. Actually, there's like 3 birds that bounce things. Edge of Autumn, I guess. I don't know. I'm not playing any of those. Board Flare would actually be kind of good with all our flyers, but I don't really want to dip into white. I really would like to stay monocolored if possible, so mono blue, but red gives us a lot of things, like Lightning Bolt is probably just worth splashing on its own. Combined with like these three, it's probably worth playing. And I guess we get Tranquil Cove. Right after I say I don't want to go into white, I get the perfect white fixing card. And okay, more white. Right, that's right, there's a whole nother pack. Jeez. What do I want here? I'm a pretty big fan of Pestermite. Knight of Hidden Groves is decent, but that should come around. This is a 2-mana 1/3 that gets bigger and lets you scry. But I kind of like... This just seems like it does everything that we want. It's a flyer, it stops blockers. It's great. And then we actually kind of whiff. Hordeling Outburst is not really where I want to be. The Lancer's okay, but we're not trying to really attack in the ground. Like, the thing is, if you have a bunch of flyers, they kind of stack well, but if we have one ground creature and they have one ground blocker, like, or they have multiple ground blockers, like, ground creatures don't actually matter that much if you just have one or two. So, if you have a lot of attackers, this is fine, and it might get in for like 2 damage, but I don't want more 3-drops. So I'm just going to take a Mog Fanatic. Seems probably crazy passing Hordeling Outburst, but this isn't that deck, you know? Fire Ambush versus Fire Bolt. Probably just going to pick up Fire Bolt, hope to wheel this Isn't Guildgate. We just want to kill all their blockers, hit in the air. And maybe we wheel Fire Ambush as well. But this ends up being like 4 damage, whereas Fire Bolt was 3, so that's why we take that. Hypothesis only hits creatures, but this does let you draw 2 cards. Otherwise, there is Serrated Arrows. What do we want here? Because I can keep my curve actually pretty low right now. This would be like a pretty hefty curve topper. This card is pretty nice too. I think this card is like, this might come around given that I think both blue and red are relatively open. So like maybe someone can't take both colors. So I'm going to take the better card and then try and wheel. Ooh, both of these are good. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Do I bank on people not knowing how good the turtle is? I think I do. It's going to be like last 3 cards. It probably doesn't come around, but I already have enough playables and just getting better mana can go a long way. That turtle's so good though. Especially in a deck like this where, again, you want to either attack for damage or be blocking, and he does both. He's a 1/4 Shroud, so nothing can really disturb him, and then he just hits for 4 damage when you need early on. Okay, Dragunder is actually kind of the card we wanted. Court Hussar, you need white mana. That would be awesome, and I do have a Tranquil Cove and an Ash Barrens, but I don't like putting planes in my deck when I'm running Fire Blast, so we'll just take Dragunder, and I'm pretty happy with that actually. So we need to actually make some cuts, and all the cards are good. Mog Fanatic, I guess I get rid of. Jilt! Oh man, Jilt was the dream here. Yeah, let's take that. Okay, that is good. So now I have quite a bit of balance. I actually might sideboard Dragunder because there's a lot of token strategies, but you bring this in against like green and black. I can get rid of Flare Husk for now. Water Knot versus... I don't actually think I want Highland Lake because I specifically want mountains. So like the 1 Swiftwater Cliffs is probably plenty. And then take Water Knot if I need. I guess I bring this in against green as well, or I main deck it, I'm not sure yet. Naiad versus... I think I like Burning Prophet more than Naiad. Just having 2 mana plays again that hit hard is where you want to be. I think I like Plated Geopede. There's like too many good cards in this deck and I don't know what to cut. I think Law Mage is binding, I guess. This is 25. What do I cut? Stormscape Apprentice. Not really getting there on that. So I guess I'll take Prophet of the Peak. If I really want to go big, who knows? I could get rid of this. Oh, maybe I just don't main deck Serrated Arrows. It's really good, but this is 16 lands with this seems actually decent. Because my curve really stops pretty early. I'll take the Guildgate, I suppose. My curve is mostly 2-drops. How many non-creature spells do I actually have for Burning Prophet? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Not a whole lot. So I could do something like this. kind of like flatten the curve a bit. But I'd rather just be proactive, because a lot of times this card will hit for like 1 or 2, and the scry is actually really relevant too. So even if I just get like, if this is just a 2-mana 1/3, hit for 2, scry 1, and then like block a token, I'm okay with that exchange, because that's about what Serrated Arrows would do anyway. A criminally late Aeromonculus, and a very, very late Savage Swipe. Timber Gorge. Actually, could I splash green? Hang on. I would just be splashing for Aeromonculus. I would run Timber Gorge and a Forest. No, that's not worth it. Let's run 5/9. So that'd be 5, 6, 7. I think I need more just because I'm running Fire Blast. That's 10 blue and 8 red. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I guess so. So the only double blue cards are, I guess Shaper Parasite isn't really even double blue, so I'd rather have more mountains because casting Fire Blast consistently is pretty important. So now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Whoa. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 blue. That seems fine to me. I'll see you guys run one. Man, look at this hand. This is awesome. I get to go turn 2 Plated Geopede into a Burning Prophet, or I guess probably Aven Eternal. I'm down for that. Opponent is also on red. Okay. But we have the Swiftwater Cliffs. So really starting on the front foot here. Ooh, Corsair. Alright. Man, when your deck is full of 2-drops, it just feels so good. Because, like, you can have a 2-land hand and be pretty confident that it's going to end up okay. And, like, you just... If you go up to 4 mana, you double spell and you just get so far ahead. Whereas, like, 3-drops are kind of clunky because you have to wait until turn 6. What? That is not even fair. Not about that at all. And this is where this not being Lightning Bolt is actually pretty huge. Like, Shard Volley is basically good in the late game, but early on, like, you do not want to be sacking a land here. So, what do I want to do? I guess I just played a Geopede because it's only going to get worse as time goes on. I was thinking about playing Burning Prophet to block and prevent the damage, but I think getting in the Plated Geopede stuff while I can is worth it. And yeah, that's okay. How did they scry? Put 1 card on bottom, okay. Island, okay, look at this. So we get to go Aven Eternal, and then we get to double spell, like Corsair into Burning Prophet, and then like they Firebolt that. They're actually getting some good value out of this Prophet. How did they scry? 1 card on top. I don't like it. Take 2 again. Thopter is roughly the same, so I guess I hit for 1 first. Okay, Prophet into Corsair. Because if I can avoid paying life for this card, I would like to, because flying while it's attacking versus not is not too different. Brazen Wolves I might just kill. So let's actually attack with Burning Prophet and Kitesail Corsair. Because I think I'm just going to go Illumination Shard Volley. Oh boy. That is bad for them. So I bolt 1, this goes up to 3, yeah. So let's draw. Or no, I want to Shard Volley first. But I want to sacrifice an island to do it. Because I want to scry before I Hieroglyphic Illumination. Yeah. So we're going to target the wolves. Sacrifice the island. Put that on the bottom. Then we Illumination. This becomes a 3/3. It's a good old-fashioned 2-for-1. Put that on top. That was a good turn. That was pretty good. I have a lot of X1s, so they could have like Arc Lightning, or they could just concede the game. That works for me. The mirror match. I think I'm pretty comfortable. If I see more like Burn, I might bring in Drag Under or like Prophet of the Peak, but I think we're pretty favored in the matchup, given that they just conceded right there. Oh yes, I will keep. Fairy Duelist is an all-star. Okay, so I have double mountains, so I'm actually going to get an island with Ash Barrens. I kind of want to see them bolt face, because a lot of times like the red mirror matches come down to like card advantage, because you're like trading off creatures and resources. So if they bolt face, that just like essentially puts them down a card until I die. And it's like one less thing that could kill this bad boy. Whoa, what? Whoa, what? Alright. We get an island. That's actually like a lot of damage, but that's a lot of colors too. Island, so I can hold up Fairy Duelist. But let's get down the Geopede, because again, this will only get worse as the game goes on. Every land drop, like, wasted on this is bad. It also blocks, so they have to, yeah, use like a volcanic hammer on it. And they missed a land drop. Okay, let's go Mountain. We're gonna Fairy Duelist the Jester. And the best part is, even if they kill the Fairy Duelist, we only take one. And then they had to kill like my 2-mana play. Oh, yes, we did it. Fairy Duelist is so good. Oh my gosh, I love this card. So did they just like side out of black, I guess? That's interesting. I can Shard Volley that if I want. I'm at 14. Looks like they just don't have blue. 2/3 Death Touch Unleash. So I can go Shard Volley that, play the Courser, and stay at a healthy 14. Or I could just get down a Cloaked Siren. Fall down to 12. I didn't see that much burn from them. So let's do that play. This way I can like play this turn and then like triple spell next turn. Especially if I draw a playable. Like if I draw a way to kill this or something, we're in business. Okay, and that's actually probably just a better target for Shard Volley. Especially considering opponents low on lands. Okay, Mountain I don't really want. So let's go ahead and Prophetic Prism. Really don't want that. Okay. Sometimes you just draw a whole bunch of lands, so yeah, I'm just gonna kill Burning Prophet, sacrificing an island. Hit them for 4. And then play an island Kitesail Courser. That way I can start winning the race. I need to not draw a non-land spell though. I've drawn 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 lands. Arc Lightning, yeah, that's what you're afraid of. And this is how we fall behind. I'm at 10, they're at 15. They have 3 cards in hand because they were mana screwed. Oh, that's how you come back. Game 3 or game 1. The question is, I guess there's no reason not to play Shaper Parasite face down here because they don't actually have any good targets for me to flip it up on. Because it doesn't do anything yet. If they kill it, that's okay, but if they don't kill it, then I get to like ambush the Thrill Kill Assassin. Oh, okay, this is bad. I mean, I can still come back. I have Hieroglyphic Elimination in the deck and a lot of good draws, but with a 16 land deck, you don't want to have, good lord, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You don't want 7 lands on turn 7 after you've gotten, yeah, you know what I mean. We're gonna pass turn, block the fairy. Yep. Sure. I guess their sideboarding worked. So they get rid of our Shaper Parasite. They get a ton of stuff. It's very, very hard for us to come back into this. And we draw an island. Actually, okay. You know, I'll keep playing. They would really need to mess up for this to go well for us. And they have another spell in hand because we know they were stuck on lands. And they have Firebolt. Yeah, okay. That's enough for me. I'm moving on. I think I'm actually just dead on board, but yeah, that's enough. I saw some things. The first strike, yeah. We'll just run it back. We're on the play. We're gonna draw better. It'll be fine. Go first. Oh yeah. And we got Burning Prophet plus Firebolt to like scry into stuff. We want 1 land and that's it. Come on, deck. Can you please give me a land next turn? Spike Chester? Okay. Do you think they play around Fairy Duelist? I'm gonna take it. Ooh. Alright. Well, I'm gonna go for the Fairy Duelist play. Because a lot of the removal felt like sorcery speed. You know what would have been better? Actually, I should have not attacked with Burning Prophet. Because now they're just not gonna attack. Oh. The Madman. Fool me once, shame on you. Yeah, I should have not attacked here, because then they would still attack into my Burning Prophet. Yeah, it's fine. I still get to just Magma Jet the Jester and hope to scry into, like, ideally I draw a land, and then I can go Spine Thopter into, like, Firebolt. They put 1 card on bottom, 1 top. There we go. Okay. So, yep, let's make that play. Burn here. Scry. Errant Ephemeron. It's actually probably too late for that. Although that does get around a lot of their removal, but it's going to make my turn sequence really awkward. So I'm going to bottom it. Play you. Hit for 2. Phyrexian Ghoul. Sure. Not as sure, but acceptable. Water Knot. So that lets me hit for 2. Yeah, I mean, that card's going to be hard to deal with anyway, so I might as well. Prophetic Prism. I already have a lot, although that does let me scry with Burning Prophet and hit for more, but nah, I think I want to be very mana efficient here. I'm winning by racing them. Like, I kind of want to hit one more land to get max efficiency. They have their own profit. Okay, so they're going for max profiting. There's our mountain. Ah, Jilt. Actually, Jilt wouldn't be good because they would just sacrifice it to this. So I think I'm just going to play a Sky Spawner because that plays around removal a little bit. Unless they have Fire Ice, in which case, okay. So they're going to attack probably. That means they have like a lot of burn spells. I'll take it. I don't like it, but I'm guessing that means they have fire and they're going to kill these two. Yeah, because the attack basically says you're going to block. And that's only good if they have 2 spells, which is unlikely. So the 1 spell could be fire. Kind of sucks because that kills our good stuff. And I was trying to play around Arc Lightning, which they might also have, I guess. Because if I play Shaper Parasite and then this, like, I don't know. You can only play around so much. How did they scry? 1 card on top. Alright. This is getting rough. Cast this face down. So they know what that is, which actually doesn't do very much here. I'm gonna hit for 1. Play the Cliffs. Pass turn. Oh my god. Alright, I mean, you got it. They still have 3 cards in hand? Okay, well, we have good draws. Top of our deck will be favorable, and like, we can wait for them to pay Echo, and then go for like, I don't know, Jilt or something. Nope, we just draw a land. Okay. Yeah. Can attack. Doesn't really accomplish anything, so we'll pass turn. I think I'm gonna try and bait them into playing a spell at the wrong time. I'm gonna block. I'm gonna hope they play a spell like a burn spell. Ah, they were smart. They're gonna let damage go through. Okay, I'm gonna take the 2 here. I think they're gonna try and burn it now. I'm gonna bounce Burning Prophet and Jilt Kicker on the Gitu Slinger. And I'm gonna do this after they scry, so they have less information. Alright, cast with Kicker, bounce you, 2 to you. Put that on top. So Burst Lightning fizzles. We're actually coming back. Gurmag Angler? No! What? Oh god, I thought we were coming back. Alright, back to dead. How are their draw? Man, their deck is good. And this isn't even the deck they started with, which is kind of crazy. Yeah, I wish I had not water knotted. Huh. Alright, go. So I have to trade Burning Prophet and Searing Spear for a Gurmag Angler. And the awkward thing about that is I actually have to burn pre-combat. Oh my god. I guess I have to do this now. I don't know what I can scry into, but I gotta find something. Their draw, man, has been particularly good. I mean, Burning Prophet did some of that. How did they scry? Bottom, okay. Well, I need to find something because I'm at 5. That's the land. Alright, see you guys next round. Alright, welcome to round 2. Let's redeem ourselves here. This hand is more land than I would like, but I don't think I'm going to mulligan a hand with action and spells. Alright, opponent mulliganed. Green-white. I don't think I've actually played against that color combination. Kind of interesting. Okay, never mind. Green-white-blue. Wild Mongrel. Okay. Man, if you have Basking Root Wall, I want to see him cast it now. That's less cards they can discard. Alright, Island. So, I'm just going to go for the main phase Searing Spear. If they have the Root Walla, they have the Root Walla. Otherwise, they have to discard 2 cards to keep this alive. So, like, this just becomes opponent discards 2. Oh, the homie himself. I just love this card, man. It's probably not going to be that good against Bant? Well, they have a lot of X1s. They're just casting at 2/3. I mean, look, like, we're gonna get to run our Cloud Siren into the Ardenvale Tactician, and then like play Fairy Duelist, and it's gonna be totally cool. This turn, I take 2, that's okay. That's actually not so bad. They might get Rancor, but I can Jilt whatever they Rancor in response. How did I know? I just know. I guess I do this end of turn. That's... What is up with us and drawing way too many lands? That's 7 lands. Alright, so... I'm gonna go for this play, but I guess it probably won't work because... No, they put Rancor here. That makes the most sense. Yeah. And then I Jilt to bounce. No point in really playing Kicker to do 2 damage because then they just... like, it doesn't help me trade. No! What? Ranger's Guile, you thing. Sure, got a 5/6 Hexproof Trample, but they have 1 card in hand. I'm gonna ambush the Ardenvale Tactician. No! Fine, you're not even gonna do that. That's cool. How is this person playing around everything? Draw a land. Alright, at least I get to do this. And I really want them to block here. But they did not. Because they're a master of their craft. How do they know that I have Fairy Duelist? That's the weird part. Somehow we got into this race. Okay, okay, we can at least get that one. And bolt there. Alright, I'm feeling pretty confident now. So I attack, they block, we duelist it. Interesting. Now I'm back to confused. What? They didn't want this? I guess they're just trying to race, but that seems a little bit aggro against the red deck. Play you, gain some life, and let's stop drawing lands. That's a good idea, I think. I'm actually gonna hold any lands I draw from here on out in hand because of my landfall guy. There is a ninjutsu, but I also want them to attack, I think. Are they just like hard reading my Fairy Duelist right now? I have actually no idea. No. Okay, so let's bolt you. See if they have any tricks. Nice. Then I do this. Got him. Fairy Duelist heals all wounds. It's so good. And now we just draw Hieroglyphic Illumination into some action and we're good to go. 3/3. Why did they do that post-combat? Odd. No! Alright, it's a race they won, it's a race they got. I don't have any looting, right? Like, Faithless Looting is not here. I'm gonna play 1 because I could also play Hieroglyphic Illumination into, like, 2 spells and want to cast all of them. So, you really want to, like, most of the time keeping lands in hand is a bad idea, basically. Unreal. This is... Why am I drawing so many lands lately? This is absurd. How many is this? 1, 2, 3... plus 8, that's 11 lands. So there are 5 lands left in the remaining 23 cards of my deck. Okay. Well, on the bright side, I should draw action. And I'm winning the race. There we go. I mean, it's action I get. Well, it could just hit a land. Oh, there we go. Alright, we're back in business. There we go. These are the things that I wanted to see. I can Sky Scanner to get a bit more information. A burn spell actually just wins? Yeah. Alright. Okay. I feel less bad now. Hit. And I'm not going to... I guess their last card would have to be a counterspell. And if they had Pulse of Marasa, they would have used it already. Alright. Okay. Somehow we won that game drawing that many lands. That's pretty good. That says a lot about our deck. They have some random dorky flyers. Our deck is better. Feels good. Ah, classic. Classic. I got a mulligan this, right? Yeah. Alright, this is fine. I get rid of a mountain. I've had some serious mana troubles lately, but this hand is all gas. No breaks. Very good YouTube channel, all gas, no breaks. If you have not seen it, go look it up right now. Mountain. Okay. Seems good. Cycle this step. I'm just saying step. I don't know how to pronounce it, but I've just picked one and we're going with it. Syndic of Tithes. I feel like that's a bolt-on command. Because extort actually does extort value. Playing Kitesail Courser because I want to start attacking. And I can hold up Pestermite plus Miscalc on the upcoming turns. Hopefully they have no play here. Okay. They have Rancor? Well, if they do, it's gonna get water knotted if I can hit a land. What? I clearly put a stop on their upkeep before their turn. Alright. Well, not ideal, but Gideon's Lawkeeper. Okay. I can't miscalc that. Rancor. I can miscalc that, but I don't actually want to because I think I can just tap it down and then draw a blue source. So let's just do that. Tap this. Because like, I want to water knot something anyway, and this just seems better. So let's attack while we can. Maybe I don't even want to water knot that. It hits me for 4. It does also get rid of the Rancor, but I only have flyers really. Because they could play one of their flyers. Nah, we'll get it. Get out of here, Rancor. So now that's gone. I maybe should have just done that on the Lawkeeper, but they seem to be like missing lands, so activating Lawkeeper is actually kind of like taxing their mana. The worst thing they could play here is the 2/1 flyer and then Gideon's Lawkeeper tap. Okay, no, the 3/3 flyer is much worse. Take it all back. That's something that I really wanted to miscalc. Bolt. Oh boy. When Magic has a sense of humor. So what do I do here? I can cycle miscalc. That actually seems worth it. Ash Barrens. Yeah. Go. I think I messed up. I should have just taken the 4 off Savannah Lions. Because it didn't matter. I was winning the race. I got greedy. Okay. That's a lot. And all my flyers are X1s too. Oh boy. So, turns out, this is not a good matchup for me. Yep, they bring it back. Trying to think what sequence of plays I would need to get out of this. I think the 4/4 suspend flyer would be a good start. No attacks is also a decent start. Because they're at 14. I guess I'll get a mountain. Sure. Okay. So that's 8 damage to the face. They're at like a virtual 6. Okay. Last turn. I don't really have good attacks. I don't want them to know like that their life total is in somewhat of a concern, because putting them at 6 is great, but I don't have that much burn. Putting them to 3 would be amazing, or even 4 would be good. So like if I can like sneak in 1 hit with these guys and then Firebolt, Fire Blast to do the rest. Crystallization. Whenever this becomes the target of a spell or ability, exile it. Interesting that they targeted the worst creature, right? Pestermite is just, I would say, strictly better because it flies always, whereas this does not. But maybe they just forgot. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, I'll take 7. So they're gonna tap down Pestermite. That's after all the lands. Okay, move to combat, see what happens. If they take any hits here, that's great for me. And that's why I didn't want to burn. I didn't want them to know what was in my hand. We get an attack. Oh man, that's so good. So they can tap down the Geopede, but that doesn't actually do anything. So let's play it. Now, let's see. Firebolt face. Put him to 10. I need to draw like a Shard Volley or something. I am accepting of this, because that means they're not going to attack with Gideon's Lawkeeper. So unless they want to take more damage, they have to keep back even more creatures. Okay. Wickerbot Elder. So they tap down Pestermite, as they should have done last turn. But we have Jilt. Okay. So what am I doing here? Fire Blast puts them to 6. Firebolt puts them to 4. So I can't actually kill them. So let's move to combat and see what happens. Force them to tap before they know anything. Did I miscount? I feel like I'm way short on damage here, because I've hit them twice. They go to 8, they go to 4, they go to 2. I could put them to 2. I can attack here. I might have to offensively Fire Blast, which feels pretty bad, but I get in the damage while I can. Go to 8. They tap my Geopede. Oh, right. I actually forgot about that interaction. I think I'm dead, guys. I mean, that just happens. I could have put him to 2. That's not lethal. So they attack like that. I can Jilt, can go bounce, kill, and then I take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can kill, bounce, fire blast, take 3, go to 2. But I mean, I go for it, I guess. Bounce you, kill you. Fire blast you. Whoa. Yeah, we were so close. I mean, it's you go to 2 and they're getting Rancor back. It's really, really unlikely that we win. We would have to draw something quite strange. Okay, that might just do it. Yeah, they can recast it. Yep. And they Rancor pre-combat as one would. And we draw land. Okay. Okay. On game 3, I believe. Yeah. We get to be on the play. And Serrated Arrows is a little bit tempting. But I think on the play, we just run it. Alright, let's do this. Going first. No. No, 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 no. Not like this. I gotta mulligan this, I think. Okay. This is better. This is much better. I basically, like, I just wanted to, like, have aggressive turn 2 plays. So I'm gonna keep this. I think I just bottom Ash Barons at this point. Like I said, the benefit of playing a deck with all 2-drops is you can just fill your deck with 2-drops and use those to win. And you don't really care about only having 2 lands. Ooh, okay, Sky Scanner's gonna do some work. I'm gonna play the Corsair first because it's unlikely that I hit a 3rd land. And I'd rather get in beats with this bad boy while I can. Do they have turn 1 Savaline's Rancor? Okay. There's Firebolt, so let's attack for 2. This opponent had Ranger's Guile, I think. Let's go ahead and just land Archetype. I think I'm going to be able to Fairy Duelist at some point. And this has so much upside if I hit a 3rd land and just get to play Sky Scanner. Ugh, okay. That's fine, I guess. Oh, and we did hit it too. Okay. Hit for 2. And I could play Sky Scanner. I could also Firebolt the Savannah Lions. This is the most mana efficient. Sucks that they killed our Archetype. And let's just keep Fairy Duelist kind of conspicuous because we like tapped out every turn. We weren't like holding it up, debating them every turn. Martyr's Soul. Holding up mana or something. Okay. Well, that's a very clear Ranger's Guile. Man, I was gonna go off with this Archetype if they didn't kill it. So let's Firebolt the Martyr's Soul. I know they're gonna protect it, but that at least gets it out of their hand, and then Firebolt Flashback can get them. So this is a 3/2. So there's no way to like ambush it super profitably. So I'll just hit for 3. Go ahead. We Fairy Duelist the Savannah Lions. If they go for Rancor, we definitely Shard Volley in response. Because I didn't want them to have the sequence where they like Rancor, and then I Shard Volley, and then they Ranger's Guile my Shard Volley, because that's pretty bad. What I want them to do is swing with these boys. What? The Madman. Alright, I'll take 3. That's a problem. Okay. They do that, then they get more. I just have a bunch of X1 flyers now. I get to go Island, Prism. Water Knot will be good eventually. Really no good attacks or blocks here, so we pass. Fairy Duelist can help. Also, I guess winning on time is now a possibility. Alright, well, this eats 2. Block here and here. Man, if they have a thing that like pumps all tokens, I'm in a big world of hurt. That went through! Okay, perfect. That's good for me. And Flying First Strike, I can either kill that or Water Knot, depending on what I feel like I need. Sky Spawner. And I feel like I need Water Knot. That lets me get in for 3. I guess I attack with Fairy Duelist. 1, 2, 3, 4. That puts him to 10. That actually seems better. I'm holding up Shard Volley for Rancor specifically. That's why I used my sorcery speed removal. I'm okay taking 7 here. So I have 5 points of burn and they're at 10. So ideally I just do 5 more damage. The root wall is actually kind of rough, but Sky Spawner blocks pretty well. Okay, is that lethal? This puts them down to 8. I need to hit them for 1 damage, but also not die. So I need to hit a land off the top, I think, for this to work. I think that is probably correct. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I like block here and here, and I take 1, 2, 3, 4. That's okay. I attack with just Sky Scanner, put him to 9, and this is 9. 23 plus 8. Okay. So I'm going to attack with Sky Scanner. Oh, I can't cast Fire Blast. I don't have 2 mountains. That's bad. Attack here. Yeah, I don't have 2. This is not a mountain. Alright, we play Sky Spawner. So not only do we have to draw a land, but we have to draw a mountain specifically. And they can use the creature that taps 2 things. No, okay. Band together to 2 target creatures. Okay, so that dies. This is getting close. If I draw a land, it's just over, right? This is 7, 8, 9. But it has to be specifically mountain, because then I go Shard Volley, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for Firebolt, and then Fire Blast. But if they play Rancor, unfortunately I have to lose the Shard Volley. Settle Beyond Reality. Oh man, that's pretty good. I don't know why they thought about that for so long. I guess they were deciding if they could play on Miscalc. Okay. Well, I think we're all in on Survive and draw a mountain, because their Flying Beatdown is just gonna crush me here. Alright, deck. You've been giving me a lot of lands lately. Now would be a great time to get a mountain, if I can ask for anything. I put a bunch of mountains in the deck for this reason, too. Another play I can do... This attack is better. So I block here, I guess? He's trying to take down my flying offense, basically. So I can... Yeah, I just block here. Give me a mountain. No, that's not it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can chump with Sky Scanner, I suppose, and use Burning Prophet Scry to try and hit a mountain. They have 1 card in hand, and it is in fact Totem Guide Heartbeast for Rancor. Ah, come on! I mean, they're gonna put it on a bird. Oh boy. So now I have to draw like a whole bunch. Oh, they went on that. Okay, that's actually kind of good for me. Shard Volley. Right, because that just kills me. So I kill this. Sacrifice an island. Island to the bottom. Totem Guide Heartbeast for those is pretty good though. So I fall to 3. And I have 4, 5, 6 points of burn in hand. But actually, that's about it. I can chump here, but does that even accomplish much? Probably. Because I think the only way I win this is by burning them out. And I can put them to 8, which means they die to 2 damage. Let me look at my deck really quick. So my only direct burn is Searing Spear and Lightning Bolt left. So there's no point in putting them down to 8 as opposed to 9, because this is 6. So I'm just going to trade off to give myself as many turns to draw a mountain into something. Okay, there's the mountain. So now I have to find a burn spell. Can I survive this turn? I think so. I block here and here. No, here and here. And I take 1, 2, 3. And I basically have to Firebolt face and just try and draw a burn spell. Right? 9 puts him to 7. This puts him to 3. Alright. And I have a scry to get there too. Mountain, no. So I've kind of telegraphed that I have Fire Blast, but that's not the end of the world. I have Lightning Bolt and Searing Spear that will just do it, as well as a couple like flying blockers that can buy a couple turns. Interesting. So blocks here and here. I go to 1. Yeah. Okay. They drew a blocker? Oh gosh. Okay. So yeah, we just Fire Blast and Scry, I guess. And I do it on my upkeep, because why not? I can't actually use the mana, so we just do it here and see what we can find. Any order. Pestermite? Does that do it? No. No. Alright, deck. Lightning Strike, Lightning Bolt, Shaper Parasite. Man! If I had gotten any of these like earlier, maybe. But we're just dead to the flyer. Fought the good fight. Opponent also played very well. Man, this deck was good too. Yeah, alright. I wanna know the top card. No! Why did I look? Oh, that was right there. Oh man. I mean, the odds were not in our favor, but probably there was some sequence of plays I could have done that would have been better. And this is why playing burn style decks are hard, because like, do you bolt the creatures and try and win through combat damage? That felt very unlikely. And I think it was. So I think I played to my outs as good as I probably reasonably could. See you guys round 3. Alright, let's redeem this deck. Nope. not redeeming this deck. Okay, redeeming this deck. See, this hand's fine. I'm gonna keep, I'm on the play, so I get rid of a mountain. Go mountain, because I can draw up to this eventually. Again, you're more likely to draw lands off the top than spells. There you go. Find Thopter, get in there. And then hopefully we can hold up Miscalc until we Cloaked Siren, and they don't kill this guy. Okay, and then we don't draw any more lands. Stormbound Geist, no. Definitely not in for that one. It just blocks everything that I have. Ooh, the Geopede. We're just gonna get down to Cloaked Siren now. They could have like Exclude, Essence Scatter, Counter Magic, so main phasing it makes sense to me. Plays poorly if they just go land Evankar's Justice, but oh, no, stop. Okay, I can deal with that. That signifies to me that they do not have Evankar's Justice. Play this guy. So any land is now like a decent draw. They're at 11, a virtual 8. Actually, if they don't do anything and I draw a land, they're dead. Okay. Not a land, but Might, Cruelty. Well, that's a much less damage than I was expecting, but acceptable. We can deal with blockers now with Water Knot. So they get rid of their own thing, sure. That actually doesn't block so well though if I draw a land. Very Duelist. I can get him on defense, I guess. Spinethopter, get in there. And I want to play the Duelist because I want to maintain pressure in the air because we just got to hit him for 3 more. And Duelist plus Spinethopter does get there. Okay. Also them paying life with Cavern Harpy can help because they're going to bounce their Necromancer. Alright, let's save Fairy Duelist then. No, I guess I could just play it and then Water Knot. Yeah, actually that seems better. Okay, yeah, so they were gonna scatter it no matter what. So it's better to have it happen now. That way I can Water Knot this. They pay a life to return it and they actually just die. They fall to 4. Hopefully they do it end of turn, but they're gonna untap because that makes the most sense. They play another Necromancer. They get the Fairy Duelist that I just kindly gave them. No, they would have had the Geist anyway. But I think they're like pretty dead. They have to like chump block the plated Geopede. Yeah. They folded 2. We play Frostburn Weird. I guess they could have Mana Leak. That's okay. We play Frostburn Weird. They don't do anything. Alright. Show me what you got. Okay. I don't know. Maybe that sequencing was bad. I was hoping to bait out like actual counterspell. Let's see. They had Ephemeron, a lot of ground stuff with the Boneclad Necromancer. So we'll just keep it as it is. See how that goes. More mulligans. Yeah. If I had 2 lands, I would keep, but hand's a little bit too suspect. I don't know what's going on with these hands. It's 1 land, 4 lands, like every time. Okay, that's pretty good. Now I get to like curve out pretty decently. And they're, from what I could tell, they looked a little bit weak to flyers. And we know their hand has at least 3 lands in it. Okay. Go Corsair. Don't really want to draw any more lands. But I did at least hit 2 mountains. Temir Informant, sure. Man, what if I blocked there? Just like the cold read that they needed that card. Oh man, this card's so good. Alright, hit for 2. And we play Spinethopter. Do I play Spinethopter? I think I just jam a Pestermite in their upkeep. Because then I can go Spinethopter plus Fairy Duelist. Tap your Swamp. See what you got. Okay, that was pretty good. Did not expect Wretched Griff to come down. Oh boy. Huh. Well, I can play you. I can Fire Blast the Griff. That's not the worst thing I've ever heard of. Because I get in for 4 damage at least right now. And I have like a good flying offense plus miscalc to keep them alive. This goes poorly. I guess if they go Cryptwraps with 2 mana untapped. Fungal Infection. That's fine. Wretched Griff. I did not expect that. Kalemancer getting back Fungal Infection. Nah. Turns out Fungal Infection is pretty good against me. Okay, we draw land. Not so bad. I don't really care about them attacking me on the ground. I'm basically going to save Fairy Duelist for any flying blockers, like Cavern Harpy. Uh-oh. It bounced the Nightscape Familiar. Okay. It's not looking great, but not the worst. I take the 1. That's probably just going to die to the Morph, so I kind of want to wait. So let's attack. Force the Harpy. Shrink the Harpy. They go to 7. Then I don't think they can. Let's see. Nightscape Familiar doesn't make anything cheaper. Uh-oh. Skin Thinner flip. Skin Thinner's not the worst, actually. Because that takes their whole turn. I could still hit them for 3 down to 4. And Plated Geopede actually, funnily enough, attacks through their whole team. Ooh, that's good. Hit. Geopede. So I know like their whole hand, and right now it doesn't actually scare me at all. They're going to play Nightscape Familiar. 2. Yeah, they can't. They're going to try and bounce this and then play it face down again. But I need to hit an untapped land. Strange. Very strange. Let's cycle this. It hurts, but there's our land. So Plated Geopede gets crazy. What if I just attack with the Geopede? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, they can't play and flip Skin Thinner. I feel like just attacking with Geopede until I have Jilt up makes sense to me. Rend Flesh. Destroy target non-spirit creature. Oh, what do I do? I think I say yes. Skin Thinner Morph is 5, I'm pretty sure. Escape Familiar. So they can block Regenerate? Frostburn Weird. Okay, so now what do I do? I can put them to 3. I want to kill Skin Thinner because that's actually kind of scary. So I think I'm just going to do Jilt with Kicker, kill both of those, and then swing. And we're going to bounce the Harpy because they can do that anyway. Kill this. Force them to pay mana to regenerate because first strike, basically he's going to block regenerate and it's going to remove him from combat. So this way, like, if he had plays he wanted to do end of turn, now he can't. Basically, there's no cost. And they fall to 3, which puts them dead to many, many burn spells in my deck. Well, I can't complain here. I've drawn not that many lands. Oh no! Goodbye, Frostburn Weird. Oh, okay. Not goodbye, Frostburn Weird. What do they have? Oh, I see. That's... Well, I get rid of Fairy Duelist, I think. Well, that hits for 1 every turn. I know their last card is Nightscape Familiar, and this also hits for a lot, so let's get rid of the Geopede. Oh, that's good. So we want to trade here, and then we just want to flash in Coke Siren. I know the last card in their hand. So if they trade, they're actually, like, kind of dying. Alright, we main phase this. Okay. Acceptable draw. It buys them a turn. They get to draw a card here. Sure. So their hand is just Nightscape Familiar. Oddly enough, waiting until end of turn would have worked out better. Okay. Good game, sir. That was game 3, right? I hope so. Okay. Whew. Scared me a little bit. So, the deck was good. I mean, we went 2-0, 1-2, 1-2 to some variants. I think I made... They were very hard misplays, so it's hard to necessarily classify them as that. But I also don't know how good this deck was because it needed some bounce, like Mana War, any of the birds that bounce, like tempo-centric plays is what it needed. Because right now, basically what happened is I played a 2 mana play, I hit a couple times, they got down to like 10 life, and then they played a thing, and then I either used my burn on their creatures, which then meant I can't burn their face, or I just couldn't attack. And then I got into this like awkward, I need to save up to burn them. So basically like a little way to push through like one turn of tempo would have been really nice in this deck. Maybe Drag Under should have been in here, but I really wanted it like on a creature body. Particularly a flyer would be good. But it was still fun. I mean, this cube is great. So we're going to keep drafting it. See you guys soon.